just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Slow. Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Pistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of... Speaking of which, I received word from both my...
I only happen to be in the right place at the... They both seem to think the realm's...
I am afraid that Grim Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, and we must work...
As it is mine.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And,
Wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of...
So, not fit for
What witchery? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A male...
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might...
Decent. It's remarkable. And I defy any man. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women?
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a...
I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye. Well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you up. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it.
Why, you big... Fine.
Thanks,
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good at. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours.
Sancfordian, do you? Anything else?
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Time to fight.
Be safe. It's over.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme. Right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. And don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Camber next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the works before I'd even sat out me stall. But as I always say, where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The opportunity to mint gil, that is. So, where to next? Is there any money to be made in Ash? Do orcs even carry gil? I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme. Right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your
Ether flood. It swallowed our camp. My own men did this. There's a village not far from here. It's only a matter of time. We can't let those...
I'll go.
Thank you. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Ready, go?
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Got here in time.
Is someone there? I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms.
Another survivor. Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my... Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here. You've earned it. You seem...
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar, son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there. In Kosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Droid!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some...
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
chance, Sid.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
That'll do, girl.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor. Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Yes, the finish is
Forgive me, traveler, but no matter how deep your pockets might be, we only sell to trusted patrons. I do hope you've not had a wasted journey.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystal of Christ will bring down the price.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The King! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Umielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is... Is that blade for hire, perchance?
Figuratively,
Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Carava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marved. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with...
All right.
Of course you will. When one lives in such trouble, leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your
Here's the scraps you were after.
Thanks. Can't do without leather if I'm...
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
You! Finally. No one was paying me the slightest.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word.
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Now, in my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my study. The answers I seek lying just... Would you do an old man a kindness and...
Climb the stair.
And memorize a few inscriptions for me. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on, namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's...
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilion.
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as phoenix down, but tough as boiled bow.
No history would be complete without mention of the Mother Crystals.
You wouldn't happen to have a decent whetstone in there, would you?
Not a scratch on them.
Have you noticed the Elder has been copying?
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Mummy made a pottage full.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the space.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen them for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this? Let's start with the engraving to the south.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those... But whatever could have driven the Guardians so... the engraving...
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, 1 for each of the guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly, little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that there's...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many...
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as fiends, but tough.
Beneath the flood, yes.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yote is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later.
Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Ah, Lord Rosfield. I'm afraid I cannot stay to talk. I must leave to collect the reports of our spies in the field. Now that you wear the Phoenix down, our brothers and sisters will no doubt reveal themselves to you too. Farewell, my lord, and may the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
The free city's under siege. Who'd have thought it?
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Deserve a rest.
Come on.
Thanks, girl. Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
Attention, brother.
Ready, girl? Be safe.
You lost, stranger. Wherever you're headed, it's back the way.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Free cities under siege. Who'd have thought it?
There are horrible beasts down that way. Ashen terrors who'll kill you as soon as look at you.
Faster!
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
Come on.
Yeah!
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen? Run like the wind.
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
If we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment...
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capitals, but none remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these...
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to...
So where does my skill with a blade come?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bears, so we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. And we believe we have found one. The place was abandoned a long time ago.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to...
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation...
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chadra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there...
All right.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Good girl.
Faster!
This must have been a nice place once.
It will be again.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklat.
finished.
Is something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Someone you know?
Yes. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock.
Thank you, Clark. Here. Well then, now that you have laid the ground, I suppose we'd better finish. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer...
You're still in negotiation?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. But we shall emerge victorious.
Well...
I'm not sure I do.
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dhalmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic. And they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now. And judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. But this was not the life my sister... I won't let her give up on her dream. She freed me from... and she must be freed.
You're a good man,
I have always been grateful for... and I want to repay the favor. But each time an opportunity to do...
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time... though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, these bearers are... That's a job for the... This could well be the last commission the Crimson Caravan...
Well met. Many thanks. A fine choice. Many thanks. A fine choice. May Gilbert smile upon you.
What's happened? Look, answer the gate when you're right, old Bellic.
They're saying twin sides.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal...
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that...
But what of Lostwing?
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall but there are those among us who cannot fight. I would place Lostwing in their hands, but a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to... And so, will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
Thank you. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales. Away.
Understood.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. And may Griga guide us. Those who cannot join us in the coming fight are gathered at Gotan's Bales. I would ask...
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's Bales.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
That'll do, girl. Everyone, Quinton has asked that you come with... He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what... If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, and if that's what has to happen, then so be it. That we get to...
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quint.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quinton. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. They're all gonna fucking die.
Sid! Don't worry about it. We can't let Quinton die before that bastard.
All right. I'll do... Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late. You deserve a rest. Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no mere guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. If only we'd arrived earlier.
This is. He wept and begged for mercy. Just as I dreamed of doing all my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. It was all for this. But what is this? My faithful comrades. All those lives.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh.
You.
And so are you. I'm so... It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What? Lost wing. My lost wing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it. Quentin's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
This one. I need to find Quentin. Quentin. Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lost Wing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve...
No, Master Quentin.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. I have nothing left.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we'll...
I thought you weren't coming, but I prayed, and you did. Can't we just go back to how it was?
Your work ain't over yet. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and...
Your village may be lost, so long as you remain together.
But why? Why would anyone...
Because we're family.
Family?
Yeah. And all our comrades who went... Lostwing weren't just a village.
It was.
We can start again.
A fresh one life ends. Why just a village? What's to stop it?
That's the Master Quinton.
Please. Quinton, after all. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my...
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing. And I have a feeling that this year, if you don't mind waiting...
I look forward to it.
Clive, just a man of...
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pen. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could, but where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on them, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe, but there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrival, and that's what I was hoping you might help me with, if it ain't too much of a burden.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you
Well, I reckon we could...
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought...
It was a tragedy, and if any of us could have done anything to stop it, what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved.
I suppose you're...
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't see... Nasty bastards they are too. Would have sent someone to clear him out sooner, if my boys didn't already have... But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved.
And I know the men will... I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win, and I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So, Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rosfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who can't make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself.
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there.
Who the hell are you? Kill them!
You will leave this place.
We'll face the consequences. That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too. Nice try. Any more surprises?
Bro. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a cat.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you...
I would hope so.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart. Leave it with me, my lord.
Home. No. We're the masters now.
That's all of them. And not a single... Now to begin the important work of It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in... It'll take a bit of elbow grease.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried, if you don't mind. I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding effort.
Of course.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
There you are. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits. Why, what's all this about? Some shapeshift? On second thoughts, it'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you...
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo the good that happened there. No.
Did Wade say that?
Well, anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. So the way I see it, not if it's food or lumber or
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to.
Can't say it wasn't a relief to see the better part of the Guardians finally taking their leave.
Were it not for the Undying's aid, I would be long dead.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Quick look. Think you can help?
may I help you today, Clive? Come again. I may have more for you.
Back again? Allow me to educate you. Very good.
Free cities under siege?
Come on. Thanks, girl. You're on my side, Toro. Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?